Hey guys, it's Josie. Welcome back to my channel. So it's been a year since my grandmother's video went viral on YouTube. I have tons of Ancestry DNA videos. I should be getting paid for that, but I'm not. This is not a sponsored video. I really do appreciate all of the beautiful comments you guys left about my grandma. I don't get to see her right now because we are in a pandemic. New York is officially locked down. I live in Brooklyn, New York, and I do not want to put my grandmother at risk. I miss my grandma so much. Let's insert some clips and pictures of my grandma. Hi, grandma. What's so funny? Put out a video of my Ancestry DNA update. Put that up 3 months ago. Some of the results were shocking. I'm thinking it's update, the numbers just going to increase and decrease just by a little bit. That was the case for some countries, not all. We recently added more ethnicity, populations, and communities. Based on this update, you might see changes to your results. Your DNA doesn't change, but our science does. We now have more data so we can compare your DNA to even more populations around the world. This gives you a more precise estimate. The first country that she has the most DNA from is Benin and Togo. An 11% decrease from what it was before. 41% of her DNA matched in Benin, Togo. That just means now a lot of her DNA is just scattered all over the place. You'll see. So this next country was also a new country for me. It wasn't a new country, but I had a very, very, very small, like 1-digit number percentage, and it is Nigeria. So she is also a Niger. 22%. I don't even remember if she even had any Nigeria, but if she did, I'll put a clip of it. Past results showed no indication of Nigeria at all. So the next highest country is Cameroon, Congo, and Southern Bantu peoples. So we're still in Africa here. We're still in Africa. So that's 17%. Next country is Mali. Also in Africa, 11%. This is the last country where she had double digits for her DNA. And then we start moving into Europe. So there are so many different European countries with the 1-digit percentiles. The highest percentage for her DNA for a European country was Ireland and Scotland. So I remember she got this before. I can't remember what percentage. She actually never had Ireland and Scotland. That was me. And I remember that I also had Ireland and Scotland. Next, European country, France. France, 4%, 1% France. And then we go to Norway. So for Norway, she got 3%. I think she had Norway before. Let me just quickly check. Yeah, so she had Norway before. And then she still has Portugal. Portugal, she has 2% of her DNA from there. And then we go back to Africa, but it's just now 1%. I was kind of blown away by how many 1% countries she now has. It is crazy. I think it's because it's still like in her DNA, in her blood somewhere, and they wanted that to show. It is what it is. Ghana, just 1%. Ivory Coast, Ghana. She is 13% Ghanaian. And then we go back to Europe and we are in Spain. Spain, also 1%. And then Germanic Europe, what? How much? You guessed it, 1%. So that leaves already 3 countries with 1% of her DNA. 1%, again, England, Wales, and Northwestern Europe. This is actually new. She never had England in her past DNA results. So that was really interesting to me. And then we go back to Africa. We go back to Africa, and guys, guess what? So remember how I had no Senegalese before, and then I had like 4% or 3% Senegal in my update? Now she has Senegal! She's Senegalese like me now. And then this one was interesting. I think this is a part of the new update. She has indigenous, Haiti, and Dominican Republic. And they put that under one identifier. Indigenous, Haiti, and Dominican Republic. And I didn't get any like indigenous countries. I think maybe it's because of how old she is that they were able to find that. That's really cool. Like, how do they know she was Haitian and Dominican? They didn't, you know? Shows that this thing is real. And if you're wondering why is it only just 1% since she was born there and her family's from there? Basically because generations and generations ago, her ancestors were from Africa. Africans were taken from Africa and shipped to the Caribbean countries. So most of her DNA lies in those African countries still. I think it was really cool to see the indigenous Haiti and Dominican Republic there. And she also has other indigenous countries under one identifier. Kinda didn't expect this one. Indigenous Americas. So that is Colombia and Venezuela. I wasn't expecting that at all. And then she has additional communities. This is also a part of the new update. And guess what it says? Afro-Haitians! That's her! Afro-Haitians. And then it also says Spaniards. Spaniards, Cubans, Dominicans, and Venezuelans. That 1% of Spain that she has in her DNA. We share 1,486 centimorgans across 74 DNA segments. But actually, my older sister has more DNA shared with her. She actually has 1,565 centimorgans and 80 DNA segments. So big woof, she shares 6 more DNA segments with my grandma than I do. Whatever. The countries that were the most surprising for all of us, I think, are the ones that aren't there anymore. Isn't that crazy? One of the countries transferred to me, which was Basque. I have 1% Basque in me, but I think it's still from her since her DNA said Basque before. Either way, we have Basque in our family. And I actually went to a Basque restaurant and tried the food. So good, by the way. Oh my gosh, I missed it. I need to go back when quarantine is over. I got you, my Basque family. And then there was the Philippines. Remember, she also had Philippines in her. Oh, and she also had Native American in her, and she doesn't anymore. So Philippines, Basque, and Native American, completely gone. Well, not completely. Basque was with me. I don't know if that means she doesn't really have Filipino in her, or they're just like, oh, it's, you know, way too small to even count, then let's just take it out and show the other countries that they discovered that had at least 1% and higher. That makes sense. So yeah, that is my grandma's DNA results. So this is a list of the regions we don't have in common. Let me know what you guys think. Are you surprised by anything? Have you taken the test ever since? All right, bye guys. I'll see you in my next video. I don't know how long New York will be in lockdown, but things need to start happening because I can't keep wasting my makeup, you know. People need to see this in person, okay? In person, in living flesh. If you guys are also in quarantine or lockdown, hang in there. At least we have YouTube, you know, that's It's what we got. We got YouTube, and I'll definitely have more time to make more videos. So there you go. All right, peace. See you guys in the next video.